I'm not doing any introductions or anything for this. Probably not going to edit it at all either. Just there's a little reversal. Now I'm going to get interviewed, huh?
Basically, yeah. I have two main questions, but we could. I think they'll stretch out pretty well.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll see what we get. Are you recording?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if you were.
No, it's okay, but it's good to announce. I think I am.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna double check. Move my mouse so I don't turn it off accidentally. I had the cat walk across the keyboard just once. Episode 8. Gone forever.
What? Really?
Yeah, it was a good
From
one
the
too.
Cat?
Yeah. We did the whole thing, and I never noticed it wasn't recording. He did. He walked across the keyboard.
Oh my god!
Oh, here comes this one. Don't lay on it.
It's the worst.
Your boy. If you're gonna lay there, you should be on camera. You should come here.
He's cute though.
Come here. You see, there's just a little bit of his face. He's doing the bunny. Let's see if I can bring him over. He does the thing with his paws. We call it doing the bunny.
Yeah,
do the
I
bunny.
saw that before. It's
do
really
the bunny,
cute.
boo boo. Hi. Oh, he's purring now.
Oh, that's a friendly cat.
Yeah. He used to be the most scaredy cat. Now he's the most lovey. He's like sleeps on my pillow, like on top of my head every night.
Aw.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy.
Nice.
Okay.
Speaking of a deleted record, I don't know if you know the comedian Bill Burr.
Oh,
He has
yeah,
a podcast. And one time on the podcast, he sounds all tired. Right at the beginning, he's like, "Okay, guys, you're not going to believe this. I just recorded the entire episode. I didn't record it. I never turned the recorder on.
Oh, Jesus.
So now I'm just in my..." Yeah, he's like...
Oh, man.
He's like,
terrible.
It's 2 hours later. Let's do this, guys.
Let's do it again. I'm glad I had that experience because now it's never going to happen again. It's one of those things like I wish I didn't have to learn the hard way, but I did, and man, I'm never going to forget.
Totally. You know what taught me? Yeah, playing video games taught me about data security and always having a backup.
Save early, save
age,
often.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. The trauma that I faced as a child, just like here and there, when you accidentally delete the game, you never forget that. Now you back up to the cloud, back up to the hard drive in another room.
Oh,
you have to learn that lesson the hard way. It's so bad.
I always did that thing too, where you're saving to multiple different slots, just in case I don't like what I did here. I can back up to there.
Yeah,
I'm going to save here again, just in case this is the right path, and then eventually you get far enough. Where okay, I can overwrite that one. I'm not going back that far. So
yeah, I wasn't even smart enough for that. Like when I was playing video games. I guess later on I did, but
oh yeah, well, that's something I had to learn too. Is saving in a different slot because I've made mistakes I didn't realize were mistakes. I'm like, I can't restore it. I can't go back. I can't undo that mistake because I didn't save enough slots. Yeah. All those hard lessons.
I know, important life lessons you can get
from video games.
Data management of video games. Yeah.
People think they're just entertainment.
No,
actually, there's a great book out there. I mean, someone beat me to it years ago, but Everything I Need to Know in Life I learned from Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
And that was the book based on kind of a parody or similar themed book to Everything I Need to Know in Life I learned in kindergarten. And I thought it would have been, by the time I went looking to see if anyone had already done it, I found the D&D book. But I was going to do one, Everything I Need to Know in Life I learned from playing MMORPGs, because that's online with cooperation of other people. So there's more, I thought, larger life lessons there. Although it's
more like real life,
it just kind of mirrors the D&D book. So I'm like, someone already did it. It's not original.
Okay,
so,
it was too close. Yeah.
Right.
That's fair. Mm-hmm.
So speaking of or books or writing things or questions, you had actual questions for me, and then I got distracted by the cat.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
You are recording? Okay.
Yes.
I heard
all of this is staying in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I heard on another episode, you were saying, because they were talking about recurring dreams, and you were saying like a recurring dream could be like your mind like trying to solve a problem that it doesn't believe is solved from your past.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of people have dreams about like returning to school, and I have those a lot. Recurring dream of like, I'm back in high school.
He is really trying to stop this recording. He's
is he getting near the button?
I love you, you little shit. Okay. Oh, he's going to get me now. Okay. We're not playing that game. Okay. Recurring dreams, high school. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to do with that because like like it's the dream is not like it's just it's the typical thing of like you're stressed, you're in high school, you don't you haven't been going to this class that you signed up for, and now that you're going to get a bad grade, or I'm just wondering like what could you I don't know, I could go more into detail about what mine specifically is, but like what do you do with the school dreams? Like what else is there to solve, And because it's such a widespread thing with people.
No, I think it is, and especially unprepared at school dreams, carrying those into your adulthood actually seems pretty common. My theory, the way I look at it, is that it is something you feel like you haven't adequately solved. And I know you just said that, but what does that mean? You feel like whatever that represents is still likely to happen, that fear is still present in you, that situation may repeat, that you're going to feel like a kid in a class unprepared at some time again in the future. And why is because you haven't identified that whatever your tendency is that might leave you at risk for having that outcome. And again, this is kind of the broad theories of why do we obsess over certain worries, and sometimes it's irrational, and then you try and overcome it or suppress it or whatever you need to do with it. Sometimes just talking it out helps, but that would be the general. So if we were to do that as a dream interpretation session of, okay, let's look at these recurring dreams and the themes, we'd try and hone in on what current life circumstances seem to inspire that dream to return. Because sometimes people have the same dream multiple nights in a row because of an immediate event. Some people have a recurrent dream that happens once every 6 months, and it usually has to do with there's something in life that's making you return to that iconic impression as expressing your fear that it's going to happen again. I don't know if is that heading in the direction you were wanting to go with understanding it.
Yeah, that's something I should pay attention to, is what the real life circumstances were. I don't think I have that information now, even though I have like so many journal entries of, it happened again. I had to go back to high school. Like, that's maybe the answer is in like what's going on in real life that I'm connecting to that. But yeah, what you said, it's a really stressful time, and maybe I don't know, my mind is worried. I could get into it. Was the most stressed I've ever been, really. Actually, college was easier, and life out after college has been easier psychologically than high school.
Me too.
So
and maybe I feel exactly the same way. High school always felt. I mean, college was a choice, and working life you have to do it, but no one says you're going here and you're going to do this stuff. There's something unique to the elementary and K through 12 experience, which is normalized across the culture in a way that in America specifically, but lots of places where it's a very common experience. It's so many people have it because so many people experienced it. And it's a forced experience too, where you go where you're told because you're a kid, and that's what kids do. They do what they're told, and you don't have a choice of who your teacher is and what the subject matter is, and you're in trouble if you don't go, and it doesn't matter whether you want to be there, you're interested in anything, and there's all of this pressure on you to perform as well. And it's like, I didn't choose any of this. I don't want any of this. I hate all of this. And so many people have miserable experiences from it that it forms that very strong impression that stays with us as iconic of all those different things of being out of control and performing under pressure and being unprepared and being lacking skill as children do, because you just haven't learned how to say manage your time or study well, or there's all kinds of new material that's confusing because you don't have the right context for it. So there's like ability gaps that you're trying to overcome. At the same time, you're trying to learn how to socialize and follow rules and show up on time and all so many things coming together all at once. It's no wonder so many people hate it. I did not enjoy it.
And then it just stays in our subconscious for ever, unless I try talking through it, looking for real life connections better, because it'll keep happening. It happens every couple months since high school. Really.
Wow. Yeah.
I also found, go ahead, I'll add this later.
Well, I was just gonna say, I may have spoken too confidently or broadly of like, if you can solve it, it'll stop. Just because
you also said it might be irrational, right? And just
like there are recurring dreams where it's showing you something specific that you're trying to understand. So that is true, but it may be broader than that in terms of anytime you have a specific recurrent fear that is just normal to life. We're going to have fears and pressures and worries that come back to us. Sometimes an iconic representation of that fear is going to pop back up and say, oh, here's what you're worried about again. So it is giving you useful information. It's like, look at this thing, look at what you're experiencing and understand it in this context. Very often solving a recurrent dream will make it stop because you've put it to rest. And some things that may be more difficult or impossible, but I would say that's probably the minority of recurrent dreams in general. And maybe there's even the possibility that if you can figure out the life situation that seems to trigger this fear, you're going to be back in a situation of under pressure, out of control, that might make the recurrence decrease or go away entirely, or not. So, yeah. It's either one way or the other, and I'm absolutely certain about that.
Cool. Yeah.
You were going to say something else, though. I just wanted to get that out. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had other recurring dreams that are sometimes, let me think. One was stressful most of the time. One was never stressful, nice. But after I depicted them in art, they never happened again.
There you go. Yeah.
So there was something going on with like dragging everything into conscious thought and like making everything real.
Yes.
It ruined it. I don't know, which I'm okay with because I'm glad to have the art. But
yeah, that's tough with pleasant recurrent dreams, like the ones you really don't want them to stop. So, oh no, I made it stop. But there is something very there's something metaphysical about the way our mind works. We're not just our brain, but if the brain is damaged, we're not ourselves anymore. We are and we aren't. The physical changes can change our thinking and whatnot, but there's also something more there. But there's a connection between the two. It's like people say, mind-body dichotomy. It's like it's intimately blended. So where am I going with this? There's something metaphysical about the act of physically writing out or drawing, taking something from your brain and putting it into a physical form in the world. I'm scaring the cat. So this is why I tell people to write things down. If you've got things that are worrying you, bothering you, you got disturbing dreams, write them down and get them out of your head onto paper. Something about that process is magical in a way I can't even explain. And it seems to work a lot.
Yeah. For me, it's not the writing because I had written it, but it's the drawing.
Yes.
So if I would say, I don't know, if someone had a recurring dream that they wanted to get rid of, if the writing doesn't cut it, I think, which no one ever does this, is draw the dream.
I think very few people do that kind of level of art therapy, literally. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, it doesn't have to be a good drawing. I think
mine are not.
It's it's the kind of work, right?
I'm not an artiste. Yeah. So sometimes my stick figures have 5 fingers. Sometimes they don't. No, but I think it's the same process. That's why I mentioned it. Is that whether you're writing out or drawing it? I hadn't even thought of drawing it. That's genius. If you're not a good writer, you can't put things into words, but you can do a sketch of whatever it is. Stick figures, get it out of your head onto paper. That physical process does something magical. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.